wonkyjawed.com. My name is Tim Bo Johnson. I'm from Plum Nelly, which is down in South Georgia, and I got lots of wisdom to give to you folks, especially if you live in the city. You know, city folks have always looked to the country folks to tell them how to do things that's got to do with their health. And I've been finding some products that I can sell now on my website that have to do with fat, of getting rid of fat. I don't know what's happened to the folks here in the United States of America. We used to be a right healthy group of folks, but now you go anywhere and then all you see is folks that look kind of like pigs, to tell you the truth. I mean, used to be you could see a cute little old gal in her blue jeans. Well, it's hard to find none no more. All you find is these big old fat gals in their blue jeans. The most disgusting thing is to see one in a miniskirt. I mean, ain't nothing more sickening to me to see a fat girl in a miniskirt. But it's there for you everywhere. You just can't go nowhere. I was visiting a friend of mine up in Atlanta, Georgia, and he took me to one of them big old malls out there, and we was looking around, and I got kind of confused and sat down. I didn't know exactly where I was going, and I was waiting for him to come back and fetch me. And I watched the folks as they walked by, both men and women. They just fatter than hogs. So if you're going to eat like a hog, you're going to look like a hog. And Lord knows, I even saw a television show one night where they was trying to glorify fat women by saying that they were sexy and curvy. Well, Lord knows they weren't sexy and curvy. They were just plumb fat. They were just disgusting fat. So I got some programs to sell you that got to do with how to overcome that awful habit y'all have developed of eating too much. I know about eating too much. When I was in college, believe it or not, I did go to college for a while up there at University of Georgia. Up there, you know, I met a gal, her name was I'm a Hog, and she had a sister named You're a Hog. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a joke, but it wasn't no joke. And both of them, their last name was Hog, H-O-G-G, and they called themselves I'm a Hog and You're a Hog, and they were just as fat as they could be. But we would go out with friends, you know. Sometimes we'd be at the catfish place with the jocks, and it was all about how many catfish you could eat, fried catfish, and how much beer you could drink with it. Or sometimes it's how many oysters you could eat and how much liquor you could pour down with it. It was a stupid thing to do, but we were young. We didn't have no better sense. But what's really stupid is when these jocks grow up and they through with their football and their baseball or whatever they were making with their exercise, and they don't exercise no more, and they sit and eat the same amount of food. And they grow to be humongous. They grow to be just so fat. So how do you get rid of the fat once you got it? Well, I got a couple of products I want you to look at on my website, www.wonkyjawed.com. One of them has to do with tons of free advice and more for a price. I think that's kind of cute, don't you? They give you all kinds of advice about how to lose weight. I think there's only one piece of advice anybody needs, and that's just stop eating. But people won't stop eating. They got all kinds of emotional problems and whatnot, and it just causes them to eat and eat and eat. And they see all this fancy food that tempts them to eat, and then they drink more. And of course, the calories that you take in as alcohol, it burns up and it don't store. But the food, it stores, and you get to be bigger than a balloon. So look at this product I'm selling about tons of free advice, and get some of that free advice for yourself, and then pay a little more to get some more advice and overcome your problem. I'd sure love to see some of you cute little girls walking down the street now with tight jeans that show that you got a butt instead of a blubber butt. I mean, Lord knows you don't get so old that you don't like seeing the pretty girl, and Lord knows that I don't know where you can find no pretty girls anymore, because they all got these big old fat butts because they eat too much. Well, anyhow, enough said about that. I'll come back in a minute and talk about this other program that I'm selling.